I'm Natalie from the OmNa Sanctuary, and this is my very lovely husband Nick, and we are here. We've come down to Wales and we found a piece of land that we liked, and we've come to look at it and see what we think of it. And what do you think of it, Nick?
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of good things. It's bounded by two streams, beautiful rocky streams coming off the Welsh hills. We're very close to the Preseli Hills.
Sorry, we've got River here with us.
This is River. Yeah, this portion is sort of forested, a portion is meadow. It is overlooked by the owners quite a lot, and yeah, I guess there's a sort of fear factor in terms of putting everything you've got into something which is effectively a few fields and trying to make a life. So
yeah, it's all quite not overgrown, but there's a lot to do. I think. Sorry, I'm being pulled away by River. He doesn't want me to be in the video.
No, I don't think he's up for us. So yeah. Maybe I'll stop this one and we can continue in a bit.
Yeah.
So.
overlooking the whole of the property, and it was a bit of a letdown, wasn't it, when we saw it? But we were in the entrance of the property, so we thought, you know, if we go further in, maybe you can't see it so much. But yes, we were walking around, and all you could see was this house that was looking onto the property. But we found some beautiful streams. There was one particularly that the children just jumped into and had an amazing time, and Reuben was like, you know, I want to live here, this is great. We walked through the meadow and we found another stream which was like a secret one hidden in the woods, and yeah, Reuben was like, this is amazing, I really want to live here. And what else would you say about it? Was anything?
There's lots to say.
Yeah.
South facing or southeast facing.
Sorry, just asked you on a roundabout, haven't I? It's not the greatest time.
Obviously southeast facing, and kind of ideal in many ways. We're held back by how overlooked it really is.
Yeah, it's very overlooked, and Nick we actually drove away from the property, and about a 10-minute drive, and then Nick was like, we need to go back and talk to the owners, because the house that's overlooking the land, they own the land. And I can say honestly, I was not up for it, but Nick did it, and he went and spoke to the owners. And what was the kind of summary of what they said?
Well, they were very warm and very welcoming. They didn't know, obviously, you know, basically if you're basically buying land, agricultural land, and trying to develop something on it, especially residential, you need to have the support of the people around you, and this property is like overlooking the land. So I wanted to just make sure and just ask how that would be, and I think it was a bit of a surprise for them, but they were open. I think they'll probably go and do some research on what we're planning to do, but I think mostly I just saw from their house how